to my wife. Said he need more time. I'm
Let's go.
said he want to call to my Wi-Fi. Said he need more time. I'm like, bye.
Okay, y'all. Let me know if y'all can hear me, first of all. I just went ahead and stopped the intro because I don't understand why my intro is skipping. Now, y'all get in the comment section and let me know if my comment section was skipping when you was watching it. But hey, y'all, it's Leo season. And wait, hold on. Can y'all hear me first? Let's start with that. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Get in the chat. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Hey, everybody. Hey, y'all. I know I've been gone, and I know these are not my usual times of being on social on YouTube, but I just wanted to come on here and talk about everything that's been going on with Jackie and her daughter, because Jackie and her daughter, first of all, I have been waiting to see how this entire fight was going to pan out, right? Before I truly made an opinion or gave y'all my opinion on the entire situation. Y'all get in the comment section and let me, okay, y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me. Hey, everybody. Hey, how I see it. Hey, Queen Liz. Hey, Aries 66. Hey, Shanice. Hey, y'all. Thank y'all for joining me. Okay, so I feel like I have a lot to say about this topic, considering I am somebody who has issues with my parents. Y'all know the main parent, right? Because I have been very open with that on my platform. But I just really have to talk about this situation with Chantel and Jackie. And I also want to do a first impressions, right? So I have not watched the interview with Carlos King and Chantel. So let me put that out there. I haven't watched the interview. So this is going to be my first impression on how I feel about the topic. Y'all get in the comment section though and let me know if y'all have watched the interview, and I want y'all to let me know your honest thoughts and opinions of the interview, because I am about to tell y'all right now, based on everything that I saw in the beginning of Basketball Wives leading up to the fight, I'm going to have to let y'all know that it is my humble opinion that Chantel is the problem. Now, I have never been the type of person to invalidate a person's experience or what people have gone through when it comes to their parents, or what people have gone through. Wait, can y'all see me, by the way? I mean, not see me, hear me. Y'all can hear me. Yeah, I've not ever been the person to invalidate a person's experience, especially when it comes to children that have grown to be adults, that have expressed issues with their upbringing, etc., etc. So I'm going to tell y'all right now, I feel like Chantel, not necessarily saying that she hasn't experienced some of the things that she has alluded to, and realistically, I don't even know what her issue is. I'm gonna be real. Since I've watched Basketball Wives leading up to the fight, I don't have a clear understanding on what Chantel's real issue is with her mother. And the reason why I say this is because, have y'all watched the season? There's not been anything that she has given that I can actually say, yeah, I understand it, you know? People put out there, okay, well, Jackie was doing, Jackie was a bully to her daughters, or Jackie didn't treat her daughters fair, or Jackie this, or we don't know what Jackie did to these kids growing up, and I agree, right? But typically, my experience when it comes to interacting with adults that are trying to hold their parents accountable, even in anger, it is not displayed the way Chantel is carrying on. And typically, and I'm just, again, like I said, I don't want to invalidate nobody's experience, but typically, the way Chantel acts as though she's a spoiled child that hasn't gotten that hasn't gotten what she wanted. So now she's lashing out. And I am trying to say that without invalidating her experience, because at the end of the day, we don't actually know what she had gone through when it comes to her mother. But like I said, oftentimes when these adults grow up and they're trying to express themselves and hold their parents accountable, they come with a lot more articulation, even when they are upset, hurt, even illiterate. You get what I'm saying? They're still able to pinpoint the exact issue with their parents, and they always start from the beginning. Yes, there is probably moments that lead up to their breaking points, which make them, probably lash out in certain moments. And obviously, this is not for everybody, but I'm just saying, as a whole, from what I've been able to see growing up, interacting, with others, you know, having a network of, younger people that are trying to, I guess, break generational curses, because that is the mindset most times with these kids, to break generational curses because of the traumas that they've experienced with their traumas. There's a certain way that I feel like a lot of them go about having these conversations, even in anger. And I have to reiterate that, even in anger. The best example I want to give is Lexi, right? Because that's something that we've all kind of had our ups and downs about, right? We've all discussed that. We all are kind of familiar with that, at least over here on this platform. And if you're not familiar with it, just kind of scroll on my platform. So when it comes to Lexi, we have seen her lash out in anger, in which she didn't inflict another trauma to another person, if that makes any sense. Okay, hold on. Let me break it down for y'all, but let me read y'all comments first. So how I see it says she's manipulating in an outright liar, in my opinion, based on the season, based on the interview, and also based on what her older sister has shared recently. And I would have to agree, but I'm gonna have to agree based on the season and based on what her sister has shared. I haven't seen the interview yet, but we're about to watch it together. Queen Liz says, I agree. My mom can be infuriating, but I don't go back and forth and clearly wouldn't ever raise my hand. She has never raised a hand to me like that, so I can't speak on how I would react if she did. And I feel like I'm going to have to agree. I don't necessarily have the best relationship with my mom, right? There are some things that I still want to kind of map out with my mom. And I am human enough to understand, like, her mishaps stemmed from her own traumas, right? So me understanding that I'm hurt, I'm in pain, right? I understand that there was once a time she was hurt and she was in pain. And even when we have seen Lexi share her stories, she has still been able to lead, not necessarily saying you have to always give people grace, right? But when you are a healing child, because I think Chantel is a spoiled child, when you are a healing child, you're just trying to express your pain. Even if you've had a moment where, things hit the fan and, it was a big blow up, there's still a time where you're just trying to express how you feel, heal through it, and move through it. And a lot of times through those processes, or through that process, these kids or these adults, they are met with parents that are unwilling to, I guess, understand them, hear them out, or take accountability, which is how you get Lexi's that kind of lash out, but still have to be, still are forced to kind of move on, because ultimately that's their goal, in my opinion, when it comes to a healing child. They are met with the, I feel like, the disappointment of their parents not hearing them out, and that does cause anger, that does cause confusion, pain, etc., but there's still a path that they are trying to meet, and that's healing. Versus Chantel, it seems like she has vengeance, like she is upset, like she is angry. And that's not to say that healing children don't go through those moments of being upset, because at the end of the day, I think healing children are also having to grieve parents, maybe, that are still alive, which is a different conversation in itself, right? Having to grieve a person that is actually alive and in your face, you can walk and go and see them, but not necessarily, if that makes any sense. I don't know. Am I venturing off? Y'all let me know. Some how I see it says, my grandma raised me and I am no contact with my mom. Queen Liz, and also I appreciate y'all for sharing pieces of yourselves, because I actually do want to open up this conversation to a deeper conversation. And this might have to be a part two, because I am babysitting, okay, y'all. My husband and my nieces have went to the store. So I'm trying to give myself like an hour or so to really, talk about it, because I haven't been on live in a while. Y'all know we've been traveling, hanging out. It's my birthday month. It's just a lot of stuff going on, but I am trying to give y'all some content. Queen Liz says, here for hot tea. I think our generation, most of us try to emotionally develop, and we can't maybe understand where our parents were coming from, good or bad, sometimes better than they can. Right. She was dead wrong for pushing her mother hands away from her. Well, I don't even think Jackie hands were even on her realistically. I think Jackie was just trying to, you know, get her to the door, like kind of like point her hand in the direction of the door. So, but yeah, I understand what you're saying in general. But Aries said she was dead wrong for pushing her mother's hands away from her. From what I have seen, they have a toxic relationship, but after watching the interview, things make more sense to me. Aries, explain how things make more sense. I would like to know. And hold on, y'all. My husband and my niece coming in. Okay. Queen Liz also says our parents' generation would get harsh punishment for the smallest things, getting dirty outside, or even seeing anything back, not even talking back, you know? At least my mom, how I see it says, I'm not sure contact with my birth mother or bio dad, because I am at peace. I need my life to remain that way. Yeah, I agree. Even I was given house and land money, I still would never disrespect them on TV. I agree. And that's something that I want to get into. So you guys, some of you guys have kind of heard me express my story and kind of like map out some of the things that I've gone through and been through. And even in those moments, if you guys want to go back, I still there was still a way that I wanted to share that story while being respectful, because at the end of the day, I understood that a lot of my mama's traumas stemmed from, one, her upbringing, but two, her being a victim in an abusive relationship, mentally, verbally, physically, financially, etc. And so I was able to kind of just put myself in my mother's shoes, even though I still feel like I couldn't relate. You know what I'm saying? I still feel like even when I put myself in her shoes, I still probably wouldn't do things the way she did it. But just to have an overall understanding and empathy and sympathy for people, even when they are seemingly the problem, I feel like pushes us forward, especially with your family members. Even though I can understand some of their hardships, like how I see it says, there's still a reason why I have to keep, my dad away. And hold on, y'all. My husband and my nieces them are coming in. So just going back, I'm not saying, because I just feel like I know people that have had like, my mother has never like called me a bitch, hoe, hit me, fought me. Like, I don't have, a toxic mother in that degree, which is why I'm trying to really understand where Chantel is coming from. Because, even if Chantel would get up here and kind of say, yeah, my mom would talk to me like this and my mom would talk to me like that, I could even understand why she would respond in the way that she did. Oh, thank you, baby. Y'all, I'm on live. My hair is not done right now. I can't even show y'all, but my husband just walked in here with a dozen plus roses and some candles, child. Thank you, baby. Well, he just walked out. Dang, what was I saying, y'all? Y'all, get me back on track. Get me back on track. Um, and while I wait on that, I'm gonna read some more of y'all comments. Somebody said, "Here for high tea. Hey, lady, hope all is well. My daughter would never. I could never do that to my mama. I agree. I could never do that to her. Like, and my, I just don't I just don't understand. I don't know. Um, my cousin and her daughter were at odds till her daughter turned like 30, right? Her daughter said, my mama, wait, her daughter said, not my mama. She needs a therapist for help. Yes, you definitely maintain a level of respect when sharing things like that, right? Because I don't want people to get the wrong idea. I don't want people to be like, oh, well, your mom is this, your mom is that, because I want people to understand. Although I'm sharing my story, I'm coming from a place of understanding she was just a human. And being a human, being a woman, moved away from your family in an abusive relationship in the ways that I described, I don't know, you know what I'm saying, mentally where that takes you. And I don't know every piece of the story. I just know the parts that I have been aware of, as far as either being there or kind of, y'all know, because I told y'all stories, I'm nosy. I kind of used to like go through and be in the business. So, and that was another thing. My mama never shared her hardships. I had to literally like beg her, like, please tell me, like, please, what, you know what I'm saying? So, um, Chantel stated that she was triggered from the get go of this season because her and Jackie, agreed not to speak on her child's father. Okay. So they weren't on the same page from the get go because they agreed not to speak on the child's father. I don't recall them even speaking on the child's father. I think she mentioned, living with him, moving it with him, and her and Jackie maybe wanting to meet him, but nothing to where, that type of response all season, I feel, was justified. How I see it said, I shared on YouTube how my aunt would talk crazy to me in my teen years, but as an adult, I had to realize that I was disrespectful as fuck. I had an attitude and felt I was grown like she, bro. How I see it, tell me about it. It's been times where I think I remember sharing this with y'all. I remember like literally lashing out at my mom. I'm talking about disrespectful than a motherfucker when I really sit down and think about it. How a woman that has separated herself from an abusive man, and then, for what she believes to be the greater good of her children, and then being met with vitriol from her daughter in a very disrespectful manner. I told y'all at that time, I couldn't see it, but now as a woman, she must have felt awful. She must have felt horrible as a woman and as a mother. And mind y'all, my dad was, setting me up to do this. Oh, ask your mama why she doing this. Tell your mama she need to do this, and tell your mama she need to do that. And I really look at it like she's only human. The type of stuff she had to deal with me while she was battling that with him, that must have made her feel some type of resentment, period. And people can say, oh, well, you're her daughter or whatever the case may be. The lady is only human. And, you know, that stuff plays a part. We have to be realistic about that type of stuff. So yeah, how I see it, when you're a healing child, you sit back and you look at those scenarios as you process things, and you can say, you know what, I wasn't the best version of myself in these moments, and this actually happened to me. And yeah, this was my response to that happening to me. But at the end of the day, although I didn't feel this way, or although I didn't feel that way, when you really sit down and think about it, everybody is always only human. And if there isn't like outright actual abuse or just outright abuse, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand, Chantel. And somebody said, but you would never put your hands on your mom or your dad. And I wouldn't. But I think I told y'all a story about one time when I called myself hitting my daddy in his face. Y'all, I was in high school. I was in high school, and this is a real story. I told this story once before on my channel. I don't. This was like, probably in the more beginning eras of my channel, and it had to be alive if y'all want to go back and try to find it. But I remember telling the story to y'all of, I was in high school, and my dad was, I guess, arguing with my stepmom, because narcissists never change, right? I don't care what picture they try to put up. So whatever Mel's baby mama and Horion got going on, I don't care what the pictures look like. I don't care what they try to show you. It never changes. And so he was going back and forth, having some type of argument with her. And she was a weak person. She wasn't like my mama. But I do regret this, because she's an evil bitch, right? So I should have just let my daddy do whatever he wanted with her. And I know that sounds messed up too, right? Maybe I shouldn't have, but she is very weird, evil, and mean, and she really liked the lifestyle. But they're having this, this back and forth, this moment or whatever, and my mom would have never. I don't know. I wasn't raised like. It was just hard for me to see that or whatever. And I remember saying something to him about it, like, you know what I'm saying? So he just ran up on me, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, stay out of grown folks' business, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. And he was like in my face, like really in my face. Like his forehead was like touching my forehead, and he was like pushing my forehead back against the wall, because I was like back against the wall. And I just remember, like, get out of my face, get out of my face. He wouldn't get out of my face. And I just got so angry, because he was like damn near headbutting me. And I just got so angry. And I just punched the shit out of him. Which I regret, right? Because I punched the shit out of him. Girl, and he choked me. I punched the shit out of him, and he choked me. He choked me so hard I peed on myself. I'm telling y'all a real story. And so yeah, no, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't hit my I wouldn't. Even if my mom, like, first of all, my mama, I would never do that. Like, my mom would probably try to handle it like Jackie, like, okay, what's the problem? And my mom the type of person, like, all of that yelling and screaming or whatever, actually, we're not gonna have a conversation. As soon as you get the yelling and screaming, she go, you know what? Actually, go ahead and get out my face. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I wouldn't necessarily hit my parents, but there have been an instance where I did hit my dad. Never my mom, though. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Let me pull up this video, because I really want to break this down. This is hold on. Hold on, y'all. I'm finna pull up the Carlos King interview. Okay. Oh, Lord. Can y'all see? Hold on, y'all. Can y'all see the screen? Hold on, y'all. Let me try to do it again. Mind y'all, I'm on a new y'all know I'm not using StreamYard no more. So hold on, okay? Cause this is I'm trying to get it right. Hold on. Window capture. What's window capture? Hold on. Okay. I got it. My bad, y'all. Okay. Here we go. Why so zoomed in? Girl, get it together. Get it together. Uh-oh. What was that? Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get it together. Okay. Here we go. Wait, actually, let me just do it like this. Yeah. Okay. Can y'all see? Y'all let me know. Now let's get into it.
Chantel Christie. Thanks for
Oh, I like them shoes.
coming.
Thank you so much.
Chantel Christie.
In the flesh.
Let's have a real conversation.
Interrogate me. That's okay. That's what I came for. It's okay. Please, come on. But I'd rather it be in one central place than to try to fight strangers. I'd rather you just ask me what the people want to know. It's okay.
Chantel Christie.
Yes. Things considered, I'm okay. I'm. Thank you.
You really are.
It.
And y'all, I'm gonna be skipping through, so because I don't have time for this is 2 hours. I'm gonna be skipping through. We might have to do a part 2.
I do. I was shocked.
If debt is weighing you down, let us help. We combine all of your debts, like credit cards or personal loans, into one.
In a good way. But what it also showed me was, look, I have created this safe space for people like you to feel comfortable having a conversation when they are going through something as tumultuous, monumental, the gravity in which you're going through things. I created this platform for that. So I just want to start by saying thank you for reaching out to me.
Yes,
I really do appreciate that.
Absolutely. I mean, I feel like I've heard a lot of different think pieces and opinions on my situation and what has been showed on TV. And I watched you and Dustin's full thing at what hour and whatever long.
So Aries said, I haven't put my hands on my mother, but I did keep her from slapping me at the age of 30 something in my own house. See, so that's again, I don't know what I would do if my mama tried to like fight me as an adult. I don't know. I would probably run. It depends on the circumstances, right? I'm not saying that if your mother is abusive, take it, because I don't agree with that. And I think I've said that on a number of occasions. But when it comes to this situation with her and Jackie, I feel like Jackie was clearly trying to diffuse it and not have a big blowout. Whereas Chantel she wanted a physical altercation with her mom. That's how I feel. And I also feel that's why I said I needed to watch the fight. I also feel if Jackie would have put her hands on Chantel first, then I wouldn't have felt the way that I felt. I don't necessarily feel like, oh, okay, well, you know, like I don't know. I don't know. If Jackie would have put her hands on Chantel first, then I feel like it'll be different, right? But I feel like she ultimately wanted to diffuse the situation as a whole, so much so she refused to talk about it in front of other people and talk about it in general. And I think somebody said something that was a good comment. They were saying Chantel is such a contradiction in every level. At first you said you didn't want your mama in your business, then you got upset with your mom because she didn't jump in your business and defend you against a woman. It's like, what is wrong with you? And that's another thing. How I feel is how I feel, but another bitch can't ever disrespect my mom. The way she's allowed Brittany Renner to attack her mom speaks high level loser. Like she's a high level loser. It's one thing to have a full off issue, blowout argument, whatever, with your parents. It's another thing to allow other people, strangers, people outside of your bloodline, to sit directly across from your parents and allow them to hurl out slurs and disrespect. And it's crazy because I'm gonna have to catch one of Candy's lives, and she probably won't answer, but I'm gonna try to jump in there, and I hope y'all do too, and ask her, what's her thoughts and opinions on this whole situation with Chantel and Jackie Christie, considering Candy would never, Candy Burris Tucker would never. Oh, y'all said it's low? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me try to. Okay, hold on. Y'all saying that it's low? I'm sorry. Hold on. Is it still low? Is it still low? Y'all let me know. Wait, do y'all see the video playing? Like, I'm trying to understand. Do y'all see the video actually playing? Okay, so y'all can see the video playing. I don't know why over here it's looking like it's not. Okay, hold on, y'all. This is. Whoo, I'm trying to figure out how to work this dang on thing. Hold on, y'all saying that it's low. Let me see now. Hold on. What about now? Is it better? Girl, why is my video not playing? Don't nobody got time for this. Hold on, girl. See, that's what I get for being in other people's business. Oh, and I ain't even do my little intro. Well, up, ho, we in other people's business. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Because this is getting crazy. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Carlos. Okay. Okay, hold on, y'all. Let's see now. Sorry, y'all. Okay, so let's see now. Y'all tell me if y'all can hear it.
Things that are cut, the things that never see the light of day.
Oh, girl, now it's echoing now. Don't piss me off.
Hard to understand, like, why would you talk to her?
Let me see. But is it louder? Y'all tell me if it's louder, but also tell me if it's echoing.
I reached out to you and you said, listen, if I can situate this, I can be there. And I was like, now see, that's journalism.
Don't know what's going on. But if y'all want, meet me over on StreamYard because I just don't understand what's going on. So I'm finna end this live and then I'm finna go over to StreamYard and I'm gonna do like 20-30 minutes of it and then I'm gonna have to do a part 2. So